Nice of you to drop by. What's it gonna be? Network or home play? Home sweet home. How many people? Okay, let's see. You got a name? Great, that takes care of that. So, my solitary... No instructions. Well, that's it for me. I mean, now, my friend, you're off to the fancy shell game. Adios.
Choose your alter ego.
Where high culture and pop culture collide.
Welcome to Sitcoms, our episode all about the artistic expression of life through comedic interpretations of everyday situations. Featuring Jim J. Bullock and the furry talking puppet. Welcome, hi, hello there. This is You Don't Know Jack. I'm Schmitty, and you're playing by yourself. Well, don't be embarrassed. It's probably just a phase. Okay, boot camp's over. Time for battle. Okay, hit your buzzer to select a value, please. Let's have a look at this question's value. $3,000. The category is When Sitcoms Get Put to Sleep. Okay, so you know this Haley Joel Osment kid, right? Star of The Sixth Sense? Well, he was also on a sitcom. In fact, who most likely heard Haley Joel Osment say, "I see dead sitcoms," just before their show was canceled? Martin Lawrence, Brett Butler, Jeff Foxworthy, or Roseanne Barr? The adorable Haley Joel Osment played Jeff Foxworthy's son on his TV show. And if you think the same joke is funny the 200th time you hear it, you might be an NBC executive. Go ahead and choose a value. Let's see what the total amount on this one is. $1,500. This category is known as audience members who pass gas. Let's see how you handle this one. If the WB wants people to laugh even harder at Homeboys in outer space, what gas should they pump into the studio audience? Carbon monoxide, sulfur dioxide, nitrous oxide, or hydrogen sulfide? My dentist calls it nitrous oxide. I call it laughing gas. Most of the time, the WB just pumps the laughing at you, not with you gas into the studio audience. Grab a value. The value for this question is $750. Open wide and get ready for, okay, who parked their tank in my driveway? Okay, let's go. Who played Afghanistan's wacky neighbor that came over uninvited during the 1979 season? India, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, or the Soviet Union? Those wacky Soviets came over and just wouldn't leave.
Hello, I was wondering if I could borrow a cup of flour and the salt helicopter.
Pick a value. The total amount for this question is $1,500. All right, give it up for Baby Needs a Shave. All right, you want to know what bugs me about TV families? I'll tell you. Struggling sitcoms bring on babies or toddlers, and by the very next season, they're like fully grown. It's freaking creepy. Anyway, here's why I bring it up. Which of these animals could fully mature during a 22-week TV season? A cat on Murphy Brown, a chimp on Family Ties, a guinea pig on Growing Pains, or a bat on Mad About You? Right there. A guinea pig is sexually mature in about 2 months. And let me tell you, that's one very special episode you won't want to miss. Choose a value. Let's see the amount on this one. $6,000. Yeah, chest strut fits dime whore.
It's time for
Make a wrist test run.
Remember, you're going to get more cash if you can solve it quickly. The opening value for this question is going to be $6,000. Stay tuned because there are more actual questions coming right up. But first, take a gander at this gibberish phrase and see if you can tell me what commercially phrase it rhymes with. All right, type the answer and hit return. Thank God they have that, huh? Now I can finally turn my Ziploc bags upside down and shake them without having to worry about the contents spilling out. Phew, that's a load off. Go ahead and grab an amount. The total amount for this one is going to be $4,000. We're calling this one, it's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your car is? Brace yourself, this might sting a little. Car 54, where are you? In Chicago, in New York, in Los Angeles, or in Philadelphia? That old TV show, Car 54, Where Are You? Took place in New York.
What happens when two wacky cops patrol the mean streets of the Bronx? They get shot at by even wackier drug lords.
Get a value. Well, I'll be gosh darned. $4,000. The category is 40 acres and a pig. All right, now we've got a question here that Ava Gabor was going to read in a special guest appearance, but then we found out that she's dead, so I'll just read it for her. If Lisa Douglas on Green Acres divorced her husband and the settlement left him with just a single green acre, how much would he have left to plow? 250 square feet, 976 square feet, 20,500 square feet, or 43,560 square feet? There are 43,560 lonely square feet in an acre, and 86,400 seconds in a day for Mr. Douglas to dwell on his ruined marriage. Either way, it's a mighty big hole for one man to fill without his loving wife at his side. Oh God, why couldn't they make it work? Why? Think of the pigs! Value time. For this one, I'll give you $32.50. Let's take a look at Three's Company, but Six is a Nielsen hit. Let's do it. What description would TV Guide probably run for a show called Will and Grace and Dharma and Greg and Malcolm and Eddie? Ex-hockey player and wacky nun race cars. Ballet dancer and ex-wrestler adopt alien. Supermodel and postal worker are witches, or flaky Buddhist and gay lawyer run jazz bar. Dharma's the flaky one, Will's the gay lawyer, and Malcolm and Eddie run a jazz bar. And if you think no television executive would be crazy enough to put this on the air, I've got one word for you. Manimal. Choose an amount. Let's see what this one's worth to you. $4,500. Get yourself ready for Sitcom Honeys. Forward march. If Ward Cleaver comes home to a jar of sharply flavored purplish-black honey, what will he yell as he walks through the front door? Cat's claw, honey, I'm home. Alfalfa, honey, I'm home. Clover, honey, I'm home. Or buckwheat, honey, I'm home. Buckwheat honey is a dark honey with a very pronounced flavor. Yes, and everything was fine in the Cleaver household until the postman showed up with sticky fingers. Time to choose a value. Okay, here's what you're looking at. $2,500. Time to start swatting bugs. It's time to bug out. And remember, simply buzz in to kill those bugs that don't belong to the set. We're going to be looking at a final round value of $2,500. Okay then, let's see what's on the boob tube. Hit your buzzer when you see a show that is not a spin-off of another show. Nicknames on MASH.
Rubber Job. Hawkeye. Radar. Hunter. Rocket. Hawkeye.
Brady Plotlines. Sitcoms that were on the air for over 10 years.
Cheaters. My three sons. All in the family. Family Guy. Turkey Brown. Rob Jefferson. Happy Days. Chips. Moesha.
Sitcoms set in school.
Today's lesson. Square peg. Progressing junior high. Time up. Welcome back, Tyler. Head of the class.
Sitcoms with gay main characters.
Union Kid. Fan City. Elm. Will and Grace. Fan City. Three's Company. Will and Grace. Nope. TFC.
Actual sitcom starring my close personal friend Tony Danza.
Baby Talk. Tony Tonight.
In a word, awesome. Let's move on. Pick any amount. The price tag on this one is going to be $4,250. Well, if it isn't my old friend, those three little words. Where's my remote? Flex those fingers, here it comes. If every American male has difficulty saying that he loves Raymond, how many people will struggle with their emotions each week? About 40 million, about 75 million, about 135 million, or about 200 million?
It's not that we don't,
We really like you.
a lot. Yeah, but I mean, it's not like,
I mean, words only mean so much. It's actions that count, really.
Yeah.
Here in the U.S., we've got about 135 million people who are afraid of commitment. Pick a value. This question comes out to around 4,500. For your viewing pleasure, innuendo one ear and out the other. Okay, for this next question, I'm gonna... Wait a minute.
Here we go.
Wait a minute, what's that noise?
Now we're going.
Listen.
Yeah, moisten my meat.
Did you hear that?
Moisten it. Yeah, rub your juices all over my hot meat. Yeah, that's the way. Do it. Do it.
Oh my God. What activity did I just hilariously mistake for a lewd sexual encounter? Somebody explaining how to knead, somebody explaining how to baste, somebody explaining how to saute, or somebody explaining how to marinate. Silly me, they weren't having sex at all. They were just basting. Can you imagine all the shenanigans that would have taken place if I actually had overheard them having sex? Why, it would be more than enough to fill an entire half hour with hilarity. Buzz in for your amount. The amount for this one is $32.50. I believe this one is called Attack of the Bumper Humper. And now, your question. Which of these recommended guidelines should Monroe use while driving to see if he is tailgating Mr. Rush too close for comfort? The rule of engagement, the 2-second rule, the 1-eye method, or the 8-foot rule? When you're following another car and they pass like a sign or a landmark, you're supposed to count 1 1,000, 2 1,000. If you pass that sign or landmark before you're finished counting, guess what? You're too close for comfort. Having said that, I believe that in Monroe's case, the old don't count and drive rule applies, seeing as he would need both hands free to count that high on his fingers. Buzz in for the value. The value for this question is going to be $5,000. Let's see what we got going. Show's so hot, you need a fireproof TV. Hey, have you ever seen that show, Grace Under Fire? Perfect. If Grace were under a grease fire, which of the following should you throw on her? Baking soda, water, vegetable oil, or lard? Very nicely done. Not only would baking soda put Grace's fire out, the anti-odor agent might prevent her show from stinking so much. Buzz in for the amount. You might want to put on your breathing apparatus for this one. We're going down. All rise. The Jack Attack is now in session. Now, you know all about this. Let's not waste any more time. Need a clue? What's so funny again? Hey, if you have to ask. Well, it didn't kill you, so I hope it made you stronger. Let's see if it killed your final score. There it is. Wow, that was an intense game. That was really thrilling. You were by far the best player we had. Now do me a favor. Look to your left, now look to your right, and repeat after me.
You don't know Jack!
And now, the St. Joseph's Historically Inaccurate Boys Choir.
Oh, Genghis Khan was a merry old man, and a very hairy man was he. He invaded Alaska from the north and taught penguins how to speak Chinese. Oh, after the battle he was quite hungry, so he went to a KFC, where he ordered coleslaw, mashed potatoes, and chicken de rotisserie.
Hey, who likes ice cream?
I do!
Well, that's right, Bobby. And who likes ponies?
I do.
You betcha, Susie. And what about roller coasters?
I do!
You got it, Tommy. And how about pornography?
That's my favorite!
Right on, Grandpa. I think we all know where we're going.
Pornography!
You really want fun for the whole family? Then come on down to Uncle Jack's amusement park, petting zoo, ice cream parlor, rifle range, and porn emporium. We know what families like.
Mr. Johnson's time travel elixir can take you to the future.
Me?
Yeah.
Sure, the Freebird we all know now is like 15 minutes long, but when we started out, that song was like, what, a minute and a half? But the fans, man, they just wanted more and more.
So I told my boss, if you ask me to work on Saturday one more time...
One more time? All right, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I was playing this video game and I reached the bonus level, so I one more time!
All right, one more time.
What's your name?
One more time.
What?
One more time!
All right, you got it.
It was the weirdest fork. It had like one more time than regular forks.
Woohoo! They love us.
Tune in next week for another episode of VH1's Behind the Song.
If you'd like to make a call, why don't you try calling 1-900-JUICY-BABE?
There are sexy girls just like me waiting to take your call and rock your world.
Mr. Johnson's Magic Pop.
Joseph's historically inaccurate boys choir.
Oh, Abraham Lincoln was a president, and a short president was he. He was only 33 inches tall and wore acid wash dungarees. Oh, he ate a lot of butter, which made him fat, so he tried to get really lean. He practiced for weeks, doing the triple lutz, and joined the U.S. figure skating team.
You can put on weight and make it